Headline news on 105.5 KD Country. I'm Joseph Allen. Tens of thousands of homes remain without power following the severe windstorm that struck the region Friday night. Appalachian Power estimates 75% of its customers in Campbell County were without power last night and reported similar percentages in Amherst, Bedford, and Nelson counties and the city of Lynchburg. Hundreds were still without power last night in Pittsylvania County as well. Statewide, more than 1 million homes lost power, and the out-of-state crews that would normally assist in such a crisis had to remain home to address their own outages. 12 injuries have been linked to the storm, and state police placed the number of fatalities at 12. Cooling centers are set up throughout the region in Christian Life Ministries on Blue Ridge Avenue in Bedford, Bethlehem United Methodist Church on Old Manita Road in Manita, Brook Neal Fire Department on Wycliffe Avenue, the Lindan Heights Fire Station on Lawyers Road in Lynchburg, the Alta Vista Fire Department on Main Street, Old Amherst County Jail in Amherst. Call your county's emergency dispatch for more information. All surgeries scheduled for today at Virginia Baptist Hospital have been canceled since the hospital is running on generators. Power has been restored at Lynchburg General Hospital. Summer school may be canceled today. Check with your locality to be sure. Summer school is canceled in Lynchburg through Wednesday. Police are urging caution for commuters this morning. Drivers should be extra careful and allow extra time for driving. Traffic signals may still be without power, and police do not have enough manpower to man all of them. The power outages affected sports as well, forcing the cancellation of the Lynchburg Hillcats game Sunday. Power has been restored, and the Cats return for a doubleheader tonight at 6 p.m. against the Winston-Salem Dash. It's 3 minutes past the hour. Good morning. I'm Joseph Allen. Today is Book Lovers Day, and if you're looking for a book to read, might I suggest Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. It's a science fiction novel in which gifted children train to fight an alien invasion.
How's it picking up? Pretty good? Oh.
It's great.
Get this party started right now.
All right, this is Joseph Allen. I'm speaking with Lynchburg's favorite son, country music star Phil Vassar. Phil, thank you for joining me.
Well, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing just great. How are you?
Man, I'm good. I just cleaned the coffee up off the floor. Just knocked in my kitchen here. I just knocked the whole day. Anyway, that's what I'm doing this morning. Got the kids to school, and all is well.
The Miller Home Benefit Concert, which is coming up April 5th. What keeps you coming back year after year to do this concert?
Well, it's coming home. I mean, it's, Lynchburg is home, and it's just, man, it's just great to get home and see my family and my friends and get to do this every year. I do a little acoustic night the night before that raises a lot of money, and we do, of course, the concert. All the proceeds go to the Miller Home, and, Miller Home's been around for a long, long, long time, and just seeing these ladies grow up from girls to young women and go to college and do all these things, and it's just I tell you what, it's one of the most gratifying things I've ever done. And having daughters myself, I tell you, it's just it's one of the coolest things I get to do, and I'm blessed I get to come home and do it, and also see my friends and see my family at the same time.
I understand that when you were living in Lynchburg way back when, you worked at a little place called El Cabritos.
Well, I never worked there. I ate there all the time.
Ate there all the time. Okay.
Hey, I might as well have worked there. I wish I had. I probably could have saved money on food. But James and those guys, I still go back there every time I come home, and actually when I moved to Nashville, I did a little commercial. I did a little jingle for El Cabritos, and it's just James does a lot for the community too with his charity, and just a great guy, and again, it's one of the reasons I love coming home. I get to see these guys and friends that I grew up with, and you can go all over the world, but man, there's nothing like home. Nothing.
Amen to that. I think we actually still have a copy of that jingle, and we bring it out every once in a while when we're advertising.
Everybody knows it's El Cabrito.
Awesome.
The Army has spent about $5 billion and 8 years of development on the universal camouflage pattern, and now they're scrapping the whole thing. Why, you say? Well, because the camouflage doesn't actually camouflage your soldiers. It makes them, if anything, more visible. Now, why did the government spend so much money? Well, reportedly, someone in the Army saw that the Marines had a new uniform, got a little jealous, and decided, hey, we can't have those guys looking cooler than us. So the Army spent $5 billion out of envy. Do you trust the government with your money now? Maybe you shouldn't. Here's an idea. Instead of $5 billion and 8 years, why don't we just Send the Army on a show like What Not to Wear. I guarantee you that Stacy and Clinton will have these soldiers looking fine in just under an hour, including commercials, and at a budget of around $5,000. Good morning, I'm Joseph Allen. It's 7:21 a.m. Today is Book Lovers Day. And if you're looking for a book to read, might I suggest Fer de Lance, the first Nero Wolfe novel by Rex Stout. Nero Wolfe is a corpulent detective who never leaves the house, but instead sends his assistant Archie Goodwin to gather clues. A 23-year-old Lynchburg man is charged with second-degree murder in the stabbing death of a 52-year-old Gretna man. Pennsylvania County deputies arrested James Santangelo after Charles Uten was found stabbed to death Saturday morning at his home on Iona Drive. Twice in 1 week, the Virginia Bomb Squad was called on to remove live World War II-era grenades from homes. The first occurred in Fredericksburg. The second occurred Saturday in Roanoke. In both cases, the grenades were among old family memorabilia, likely dating back to the war. Against the driver. Lynchburg banked a pair of wins over the weekend against Salem. Saturday's score 3-1 and Sunday's an amazing 9-3. Tonight the Hillcats take a well-deserved day of rest and are back in action Tuesday, hosting Frederick at 7:05 in the first of a 3-game set. The Danville Braves ended an 8-game losing streak last night, defeating Pulaski 8-7. Now your Major League Baseball scores: the Orioles beat the Athletics 6-1. The Braves beat the Phillies 6-2. The Astros beat the Pirates 9-5. The Nationals narrowly defeated the Brewers 11-10. The Rays shut out the Angels 2-0. The Mariners beat the Royals 7-6, and the Mets beat the Diamondbacks 5-1.
I've got the honor and privilege of speaking with Jason Michael Carroll. Jason will be opening for Phil Vassar at the Miller Home Benefit Concert. Jason, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today.
Thanks for having me on today. I appreciate it.
Well, Jason, my first question, I want to talk about your newest CD, Numbers. You can purchase that CD digitally at iTunes, but it's only available in CD form at Cracker Barrel and online at shopcrackerbarrel.com. What led to that partnership?
Years ago, getting involved with Cracker Barrel. I worked there for 2 years as a server in Henderson, North Carolina. I remember, seeing their music department even then was starting to grow a little bit, and was always wondering the whole time I was at Arista if the possibility of being able to get onto, their music program. So I called, the heads of the label and things like that, and would say, I saw all of my artist friends that had, I guess, their new releases at Cracker Barrel. So I kind of tipped my hat and wanted to see if I could, kind of throw my hat in the ring to try and get a CD there, and we wound up getting it. I mean, after we left Arista, it was I guess it seemed like the right time to do it.
And how did you become involved with the Miller Home Benefit Concert?
Actually, Phil Vassar called me up a couple weeks ago. I was working in my yard and doing some yard work, adding on to my deck, and he called me up and asked if I'd be interested in it. And I hadn't talked to Phil in a while. Yeah, and then he told me where it was going to be at Phase 2, and we've played this area for a long time, and so to be able to come back, almost a homecoming, if you will, to Lynchburg, is going to be great, because I've always felt that we've always had that kind of relationship with that place. And I mean, I was playing there as a local band before we ever got signed, period. So to have that opportunity to come back there and be a part of that was really cool.
Oh, Bella, say it isn't so. Well, sorry, Twilight fans, but it is so. Those nasty rumors turned out to be true. Kristen Stewart did, in fact, cheat on Robert Pattinson with her Snow White director Rupert Sanders. Both Stewart and Sanders issued statements Wednesday. Stewart says she still loves Pattinson and is begging for his forgiveness. Now, while you never want to poke fun at another couple's emotional turmoil, even a celebrity couple, there could be some good coming out of this. Maybe this will break the mystic hold that Twilight inexplicably has on preteen girls and their mothers. Of course, if this were a plot point in the Twilight books or films, I'm sure Stephenie Meyer would find a way to make it someone else's fault. Because, Bella Swan is absolutely perfect in every conceivable way. She's so pretty and graceful, and everyone loves her. Even random guys in diners want her to be their best friend. Okay, I'm going to stop ranting now. And yes, that was an admission that I have, in fact, seen the Twilight film and the 3 sequels, and I'll probably see the last one as well, but I have my reasons. You'll have to trust me on that. Headline news on 105.5 KD Country and KDCountry.com. I'm Joseph Allen. Customers poured into the Wards Road Chick-fil-A yesterday, the day former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee declared National Chick-fil-A Appreciation Day, and only minor traffic accidents occurred. Gay rights activists are boycotting the restaurant chain after its president, Dan Cathy, spoke in defense of traditional marriage in an interview last month. The controversy increased after Roseanne Barr ranted against the restaurant and its president's religion on Twitter. The Legacy Museum of African American History is set to open its new Civil War exhibit on Sunday. The original opening was delayed as a result of the June 29th windstorm. The museum, located on Monroe Street in Lynchburg, lost power for around 5 days. The exhibit is scheduled to remain open for 2 years. The Lynchburg Hillcats fell 7-1 to the Frederick Keys last night. The series continues tonight at 7:05. Pregame is 6:40 on KD Country. In the American Legion Baseball State Tournament, Lynchburg beat Mechanicsville 10-4. Lynchburg plays again today at 5. The Danville Braves won their 4th straight game last night, beating Bristol 5-4. Penske Racing is one driver down after team owner Roger Penske fired A.J. Allmendinger, who tested positive for amphetamines. A.J. is beginning NASCAR's Road to Recovery program, and Penske says he wishes him the best. Olympic coverage continues today on NBC with swimming, beach volleyball, men's volleyball, water polo, cycling, rowing, and canoeing. Tonight's coverage includes the women's gymnastics finals, men's and women's swimming, beach volleyball, and women's rowing. Good morning, I'm Joseph Allen. I've got on the line SoCal Val. Val, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are.
I am actually TNA's official ring announcer for the evening. We are doing Impact Wrestling live tonight in Salem, and I'm so excited because these are always really, really fan interactive shows. So I'm hoping everybody comes out to see us.
Okay, and Val, how did you get into this business?
Oh, gosh, the easiest way to answer that would be to say that I was a huge, huge wrestling fan. I started watching at about maybe 13 or 14, and, as soon as I could get my hands on some indie shows and work smaller shows, I did that and just kind of kept doing bigger and bigger shows. TNA actually came to Orlando, Florida, where I'm from, and I came there every week with tapes and resumes and just really wanted to contribute any way I could. And I started doing some ring girl stuff. I ended up being a manager. Now I do ring announcing, which is a really, really fun gig because it lets me, not only talk a lot, which I love to do, but meet a lot of fans and travel with Impact.
Today is Book Lovers Day, and if you're looking for something to read, might I suggest When the Sacred Gin Mill Closes by Lawrence Block. This is the novel that resurrected Block's Matthew Scudder character. Scudder is an ex-cop and alcoholic functioning as a private eye, and much of this novel and the subsequent ones deal with Scudder trying to stay sober. The power trucks are there, even if you don't see them. Crews from Appalachian Power and other companies warned that some residents could be without power until Saturday night. At this time, substations, large transmission lines, and power for hospitals and water plants are the top priority. For instance, power has been restored to Virginia Baptist Hospital in Lynchburg. In Campbell County, Highland Heights Baptist Church on Wards Road in Rustburg will be open as a cooling center all day long. So will Thomas Road Baptist Church. Overnight sleeping quarters will be available. Bring your own pillow and sleeping bag. There's even a place where you can stay with your pet. They'll have breakfast from 8 to 10, lunch from noon to 2, and dinner from 6 to 8. They have buffet-style menus for $3 per person and free for kids. American Red Cross overnight shelters will continue to be available indefinitely at Ben Franklin Middle School in Rocky Mount, Lord Bonitot High School in Daleville, and Bath County High School in Hot Springs. Lynchburg officials have announced that anyone with a medical condition or special need who is seeking shelter should report to Thomas Road Baptist Church. The shelter has medical staff available who are prepared to assist individuals with mild medical conditions. Anyone with a major health problem or who may need round-the-clock care should go to Lynchburg General Hospital instead. That's the news and sports on 105.5 FM KD Country and KDCountry.com. I'm Joseph Allen.